Alrighty, today we've got a customer build coming up. We mainly use for CAD productivity. So this is a mid-range productivity build based around the Ryzen 7 3700X. The 5000 series isn't out yet, otherwise I would have recommended them to use a 5000 chip, but they need the system right away. This system will be plugged into a AsRock B550 Pro 4 mainboard. So they get all the new features of PCI Gen 4. And future-proofing more or less. There's some RGB on the main board. It looks nice. It's got good cooling for the motherboard components, and all that's going to be housed in a Corsair 110Q silent optimized chassis. It's a pretty good case. It's black. There's no side panel or no side panel window to see into it. It's just no frills, no thrills. Professional-looking case. It's silent optimized, so airflow is not going to be the greatest. I know gamer next to Steve is probably screaming, why use a silent optimized case? Well, it's what the customer wanted, so the customer gets what the customer wants. The graphical horsepower is going to be taken over from the RTX 2060 from KFA, or KFA2. It's not a very popular brand overseas. By overseas, I mean North America. For me, I'm situated in Europe. On top of that, we have 32 gigs of GSkill memory at 3200 megahertz with a cast timing of 1816, something like that. On top of that, we have for our storage a 1 terabyte NVMe M2, or not NVMe, sorry, mSATA M2 drive from Western Digital, the Western Digital Blue. And the power supply that's going to be powering everything, the wonderful power plant, is from BeQuiet, the Pure Power 1180 plus gold 500 watt non-modular net power supply. So let's go ahead and get on to the unboxing. I'm going to take you on another ride, first person view more or less. Yeah, let's get started. Alrighty, the first product that we're going to be unboxing here is the B550 Pro from AsRock. Comes in a pretty large case. Let's flop that open. There's a wonderful motherboard in the anti-static bag. Let's go ahead and take it out. It's got some pretty beefy heat sinks, an M2 heat sink, and 4 DIMM slots, 2 M2 drive slots, and a separate M2 drive slot for a Wi-Fi card if you want to install it, or a Bluetooth card. So to what's inside the box. Inside the box, we got the user manual, SATA cables, M2 drive screws, driver disc, all that wonderful stuff. Let's go ahead and move on to the next product. Put that away for right now. And the next product, totally professional here, professional, will be the Ryzen 7 3rd Gen CPU. PCI 4 ready, so they're future-proofed. Let's go ahead and rip into this box one-handedly. Alrighty. There we've got the wonderful Wraith Spire cooler. It is a actual fantabulous stock cooler compared to Intel's offering. It's also got RGB on board, which is great. You can even use an RGB hub or RGB controller on the main board, which is in fact included on this main board. No problem there. Let's go ahead and unbox it one-handedly. Alright, so take this plastic covering off and get into the box. There we go. There's the goodness. You got your 2 RGB headers, one the standard RGB header for the RGB control, and one over USB if you don't have an RGB header, so you can do it here nor there. Pretty much any main board that's got a USB header should be able to control the RGB-ness of this. There we've got the cooler itself, some pretty beefy copper fin or copper piping. And you people have already seen this probably. There's nothing really new to see here. So let's go ahead and just put this inside. And we've got the box for that. Let's put that out of the way. Here we've got the CPU itself, the Ryzen 7 3700X with a wonderful case sticker. Will not be using the case sticker, but you know, some people like that. There. Now let's move on to the next product. Professional unboxer here. Yes. Totally great to unbox this. The GSkill Aegis 32 gigs. 2x16 gig DDR4 3200 megahertz kit. I'm not going to be unboxing this. I'm just going to show this right now on camera. and you'll see it once we install it on the main board. And the next product we have here is the big one, the heavy one, that I also forgot to cut the sticker on. I came prepared though, at least I think, yes. The wonderful Leatherman multi-tool knife, the Skelletool. I absolutely love this thing. All right, let's try to cut this one-handedly. I don't think this is gonna work. Hold up. Let's swap filming hand and cutting hand. All right, let's see. Will I? Yeah, we're gonna do this together, guys. All right. Let's see. Can we get that in focus? Can we get that in focus? Oh yeah. There we go. Always remember to close your knives. Never leave your knives open. Safety hazard. Alrighty, like I said, this is the Pure Power 11 from BeQuiet, a really solid power supply for the entry-level price. I would say if you can get it, it's part of their Essential series, which means their base series because it's not modular, doesn't have any type of ring coating, whatever, because some of the power supplies have like a golden ring here. It looks really fancy. It's got modular connectors here, but this one is just a standard old power supply, but it is all black. The cables are sleeved. There we go. We can see there are the sleeve cables. You got the manual right here. A power cable, standard thing here for Europe, plug into the mains. And we've got some cable ties, or zip ties, and some screws to install the power supply into the case, and the power supply itself. You know what? We're going to get a better look at this as soon as we get into building the system. So let's move that also over here. And move to the next product, which is my favorite part of any build, and probably yours as well. The KFA2 GTX RTX 2060 GPU with 6 gigs of VRAM. This one I did remember to open up the not cellophane, but the little plastic tab. Let's get this open. Oop. There we go. All right, one-handed. We're gonna do a professional box flip. There we go. And shake a little bit, just a little bit till it comes out. There we go. Product is safe. And we got GeForce RTX, black box, looks pretty nice. Some anti-static foam. A generic user manual. And the GPU itself. Plain old black fan assembly, dual fan, a nice GPU backplate with some designs in it. Here we've got the back of the card, DVI, HDMI, and display port. And let's go put this temporarily back in here. And we've got a little adapter Molex to 8-pin, if you need something like that, which luckily we won't, because our power supply has got all the connectors we need. Chaotic unboxing. All right, looks good. Looks good. And the last, hold up, I'm gonna get it. I'm fingering around the box. We've got our Western Digital Blue solid state drive, M2 SSD with the MSATA. I believe the MSATA. Maybe I'm wrong. Also, I'm giving you fake information. Oh well, M2 2280, Western Digital Blue, 1 terabyte flavor. It's great. 5 years warranty. Really reliable SSD. And there's nothing too special in here. Let's get this open. Alrighty. And as we know, everyone knows that watches these unboxings. Comes in a little plastic blister. There you got the 1 terabyte drive with blue silicone. Looks pretty nice. It's got the little manual in the back. And there we go. Now we've unboxed everything but the case. The case I'm not going to be unboxing because I will be releasing a separate unboxing video and mini review of the case. So let's go ahead and start building and putting everything on the main board. Alrighty, now that everything's situated, the perfect place to actually build your computer, if you don't have a test bench or anything like that, is actually the top of the motherboard box that the motherboard came in, because the motherboard will fit perfectly on said box because it was in the box. Let's go ahead and start installing our components. We're going to go ahead and start with one of the easiest things to do one-handedly, which is the CPU. And if you don't know how to do this, there is a little golden dot on set CPU. Let's see if we can get focused in on that. Right there. That needs to be lined up with the little arrow on the main board. So let's go ahead and put this down. Should just slot right into place. Nice and easy without any force. Put down a little hinge. Now the RAM is up for installation. And we're going to go ahead and slot that in right there. And push her in. Don't be afraid of it. It's not going to break. It just sounds like it's going to break. It is a-okay. Now the next RAM stick, put it into the second DIMM that's correlating with this for dual channel. Same thing like we just did earlier. Make sure it's aligned properly and just push it. Make sure it clicks on both sides and you are good. Alrighty, now let's try to get this CPU cooler on there. After I battled with this beast, it's not really that hard. You just need really 2 hands to do this. We've got it slotted in on both sides. Now we just need to get this little lever and push it to the left. It's okay, it's gonna need a little bit of force, but it's not gonna break anything. Then we're gonna plug in our 4-pin CPU fan header onto the main board. We're gonna use CP fan 1 or CPU fan 1. Plug that wonderful little connector in. Oh, right there. And hide it away so it looks all nice. There we go. Now I'm going to be connecting or plugging in now my last part that's going to go on the main board right now, and that's our M2 SSD, the 1TB Western Digital Blue drive. The first time I built this system, because I actually built 2 of these systems, I ended up plugging into the Hyper drive, because it's called right here, you know, Hyper M2 PCI Gen 4. However, that is not compatible with an older drive like this. So you actually have to plug it in to this other M2 header right here. There you go. Goes in just like that. And then you got to screw it down. Let's see if I can get this one-handedly. I got my screwdriver. I got my screw. If I get this, I'm a PC building god. Alright. I don't think this is going to be possible. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It went in like a glove. It's secured. We are ready to go. Everything that needs to be plugged into the main board is plugged in right now. Now to drop this into the case. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the finished product. So let's go. Alrighty, let's get to building. I'm going to be building this right now. We're going to speed up the time. So for me, it'll be around 15 minutes. For you, it'll be a couple, maybe a minute or 2. We're going to time lapse this stuff. So let's get to building. now y'all are just going to get a little quick overview of what I just built. We got the RTX 2060 built in right here. It looks pretty nice. If you ask me, the design on the back of the GPU matches pretty well with the accents, the white accents on the AsRock mainboard. I'm going to go ahead and match, or clean up all this wire mess on the back side of the case, put the finishing touches in, and then I'm going to get back to you guys when that's done, and we're going to do a quick post test. You can see how this looks when the thing's on. Looks really awesome, if you ask me. Yeah. Oof, that was pretty loud. Nothing's broke. It just sounds really loud because it banged against the kitchen countertop. It's okay. It's okay. I'm a professional. Alrighty. So, let's go ahead and turn the system on. As you can see, it is finished. We ended up building everything up. As you can see, the main board right now already has like this ambient RGB aura type glow, like the northern lights, what all the young kiddies like nowadays. As much unicorn puke as possible is exactly what we need. So let's go ahead and fire it up. You can see we've got the wonderful AMD fan right here with its RGB spectrum. The main board itself has also got a smart little RGB spectrum. The Antec fan that we actually built or installed in the front of the case actually has got a blue LED, which I didn't even know, but whatever. This is going to be a closed system anyways. You're not going to see any of the RGB goodness. That's why I just wanted to make it look clean and minimalistic. If you do open it up, you'll see that it looks nice. All the cable clutter out of the way, so it's got a really good airflow. As good as it possibly can be with a silent optimized case. Yeah, overall, I really enjoy how the build looks, how it turned out, and it's going to do what it needs to be doing in the professional industry of AutoCAD and architectural CAD. So, build complete.